So what I want to tell you about today is, when I first got into copywriting, I was a little bit scared because I'm thinking, you know what, I want to make money and I know I need to sell, but I don't want to be salesy. Like I saw a lot of these marketers, I saw a lot of these emails, and I'm just like, something didn't resonate with me about that. Like I want to sell and I want to help change people's lives, and I know I need to sell to do that, but I don't want to come across as like every other guru, every other marketing person. And I don't know, every single thing that I bought was kind of pushing that on me, but I wanted a way around that. And so I kept looking, and I came across Russell Brunson with .com Secrets and Expert Secrets, and I came across Alex Hormozi's stuff. And when you read their books, for some reason, those are like my favorite books of all time besides the Bible. It's like I can read them over and over and over, and they're so entertaining, they're so enjoyable, and they do a great job of selling you on their stuff and whatever they have to offer, and actually the concepts. And that's when I came across story selling. That is what I want to teach you guys today. Because when I learned story selling, I instantly started using it for my clients, and they started getting crazy results. I mean, like y'all seen some of the screenshots, like 100K months, 35K in 1 week on my first ever like email sequence I wrote. Insane. We wrote sales pages using story selling. It changed the game for me. And so that's when I realized really like, if I want to sell people, if I want to break people's beliefs, I need to know how to story sell, because I can use that in emails, sales pages, videos, webinars, VSLs. Like it is the sauce for how to sell people, but also to get them to like your stuff. And all of you are right here watching me because I learned how to story sell, which is crazy. It's proof in itself. So that is what we're talking about today, story selling. And I'm going to break it down to really show you guys everything that you need. And I'm going to go deeper into this in like some modules in the future, but I wanted to go ahead and do a group call just so you can understand the concept and start using it in all of your copy, in all that you do. And for you specifically, Denise, as you work with some of these other people, a great book is Story Brand. I wouldn't recommend everyone read it because it's not necessarily applicable to everyone right now. But this book is phenomenal. Building a Story Brand. So I would definitely read that. It's pretty quick read. I did it in like a day or so, but that's when I was really cracked out reading everything copy. So I don't know if that's feasible or not, but highly recommend that. But this is going to dive a lot deeper than that book, but that's kind of an overview for like brands. So the whole idea behind story selling is all that we're doing with selling is we are breaking the false beliefs that are limiting them around like the concept and around what we sell. That's the whole idea of what we're doing by selling. Think about with you guys. When you join my like stuff, what did I teach you through story selling? I taught you that, hey, you need to learn high value copy. You need to learn how to actually get good. You need to learn, hey, you should really focus on dream clients. All of these things I sold you on by story selling. And this works. I mean, you can use it for like nefarious purposes, but it works the best when you use it to sell something that's actually like crazy beneficial. Like teaching you guys that, hey, you should actually be good at copywriting and actually write high value stuff. That's when everything resonates, because something inside of you was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. And he's right. But then I had to break other beliefs to get you to believe that, one, it actually works, two, you can do it, and three, it works externally, which we'll talk about in a second. So the first thing that you need from story selling is obviously new opportunity. Those of you that have been, also sorry about it, I just smoked a cigar, so I'm kind of like trying to type this is a little bit, it's just struggling. I'm hyped up on the nicotine. But first you need a new opportunity. And those of you that have been through the modules already, somebody like answer and kind of tell me, why do we need a new opportunity? What is the significance of this? When you OGs. I'll wait here all day, bro. I'm not opposed.
The new emotion, unique.
So it's new, unique, but deeper down, like, why do we resonate with a new opportunity? Like, why is the new important?
I would say because you're selling them on like more of an idea. You're not selling them on like your product and stuff. It's like kind of like that transition thing.
The concept, right?
Very true. We are selling the concept, not the product. So we always want to sell the concept first. I didn't sell you on copy elite. I sold you on high value copy, right? in all my videos, I sell the concept before I even go into it. That's how you get people hooked. And so we need a new opportunity. But also the main thing I was kind of like wanting y'all to get there is that a new opportunity offers hope. It's not an improvement. It's not what you've been doing. It's not like this thing 2.0. This is brand new. So like when Russell Brunson was selling the idea of funnels, he didn't call it a website builder. It was a funnel builder. It's something completely different. Funnels are completely different from a website, even though they're not. It's just a website. But it's a whole new idea, a whole new concept. And so whenever you're selling anything, you've got to present it as something new that gives people hope and inspires them. It's unlike anything they've tried before. Also, y'all let me know if anybody else joins this, and I'll let them in. I don't know if I'll see it or not, full screen. But, so that's the new opportunity. Next thing we need is we need biggest false belief for vehicle. This I'm struggling with this typing, man. Oh my goodness. So big false belief for the vehicle. Matthew, you should be able to answer this question. What is the false belief for the vehicle?
Well, it's something like if it works, if it's new or proven. So something basically that's limiting them from buying the product itself, right? Some like a question they have or an objection about the product directly.
Yeah, so the vehicle means that they have a false belief about the thing you're saying. And this can be about the product. You handle that after you introduce the product. But for now, we're talking about just the concept. So for instance, if you had a false belief around high value copy, you'd be like, I don't know if high value copy actually works. I don't know if people actually need that. That's a false belief. You won't believe it if I don't break it. So also, we'll do this actually first, I think, because it'll be more important. So the big domino statement. This is one of the most important things, and we talk about this a lot in all the modules. So who can tell me this off the top of your head? What is the formula?
It's the
Jez?
big belief.
I say, Jesrin, you're being quiet. What is the big domino statement? Somebody,
Is it like I know what you're probably thinking?
not quite? It's in the sales page building blocks. Think about like the one big statement, the one big belief.
Yeah, it's the big belief, right, from ClickFunnels.
Yeah.
The
So like, if I can make them believe X, then
yeah.
yeah.
So I'll just copy it because you don't want to see me struggle to type this sugar out. Right. If I can make people believe that my new opportunity is the key to a result they want and is only attainable through my thing, my product, framework, whatever, then all of the objections and concerns become relevant and they have to give me my money. So what this looks like, I think I have an example of this. Yeah, the ClickFunnels example. If I can make people believe that funnels are the key to online business success and are only attainable through ClickFunnels, his product, then they have to give him his money. That is like the statement we want for every piece of like long form copy, even for your short form. You want to know what you're aiming for. So like when you do an email sequence, like I've showed before, like on my YouTube channel, like I had this statement before I did it, and everything I did led up to this statement. So that's kind of a big domino statement. And then the three like beliefs help like to knock over, like after you do that domino statement, these are the three beliefs that help people to like believe 100%. So the vehicle we just talked about is like believing about like their false belief they have about the thing. So let's say you want to sell someone on like yoga is not a new opportunity, but we're just like no, yoga or strength in yoga. I did that for one of my clients. Yoga strength. They might not believe that works. So you got to show, like, you got to give them proof, like, why this thing works. Next is internal, which is internal is the easiest one because it's just like they believe they can't make it work. So you have to prove to them, like, okay, now they believe that this thing works. But then the next belief is like, it works for Matthew, it works for Jason, but it doesn't work for me. Yeah, I can't do it. So they might see testimonials and be like, oh yeah, this works, but like not for me. So you got to prove that too. The last one is external, which is like something like external to all of it. So think about like I don't have enough time. There's not enough time for me to do this. That's a really general one. But for the ClickFunnels example is like, okay, funnels work. I can make a funnel, but I don't know how to drive traffic to it. That's external. Like I don't know how to drive traffic to a funnel. So it doesn't matter if I know how to do it because I won't get sales because there's no traffic. So these are like the key parts of story selling. This is like the foundation you need to know in order to build what we're just going to talk about. So we're going to get a little fast here because I want to keep you all day. So the first step in like the story, this comes from like the hero's journey. It's really just summarized into a nice way. But first you need backstory and desire. This is like what you're talking about. And then next we need old vehicles. It's like, what have they tried in the past? Then I've got my notes over here. I was just smoking and writing all this up. The call, villain. I'll just type them all out, then we'll go over it. What if? Guide. Epiphany. Opportunity. Strategy. Like, I can't even tell you guys enough about how important this right here is. This is every YouTube video I do. This is every sales page I do. This is everything. It all comes from figuring out this stuff first. And this is the foundation really between writing everything killer copy-wise. And I'll send you guys this whole document, so don't worry about that. Achievement, transformation. And I want you to understand that you don't have to go through all of these. You can go through them very quickly. Now, what you'll realize when you restart this group call and you watch it over again, like you should be doing to really crystallize it, I use this to present story selling. The first minute of this group call was me doing this in a like a bridged version. So what did I tell you? I was struggling to sell stuff. I didn't want to be salesy. That was my backstory desire. I tried other things. All these other people were telling me to do this, do that. It wasn't working. Then I said, you can skip some of those like I talked about. Then I talked about, I had an epiphany. I discovered story selling. These people showed it to me. The guides, Russell Brunson, Alex Hormozi. That's the new opportunity, story selling. Then I talked about all the results I got. I just did this for y'all. I want to do that. I did it on purpose so you could see like in real time. I need to calm down sometimes. I'll be getting too crazy. But when you watch it back, you'll be like, okay, that's kind of cool. We got a chat. You guys are yeah, I literally sold the concept because what you need to understand is there's a verse from the Bible that Russell Brunson quotes whenever he talks about this. It's like, you don't want to cast your pearls before swine. And to me, it's like, that's a little bit harsh. But the point he's trying to get is like, you don't want to give someone this value you have if they don't understand how valuable it is. And this is how you present it in a way where they're going to care. So if in my YouTube videos, I just said, yo, I want you to show you how to write high value copy, and I start showing you, you would not have cared. I mean, you would have a little bit, but you wouldn't understood like how valuable it really is. Exactly. Don't give your value away. You've got to sell them on it first. And then you can either give it to them and they actually, because like, here's what I do in my videos. I sell them on my value and then I give it to them. I don't even hold it behind a paywall. But if you're going to sell something, you do have to have the story selling. So these are the keys. And what I thought would be fun is we're going to fill these out. Actually, I've already filled them out. We're going to fill them out together for my new video. So y'all can think through this because it seems so easy. I promise you look at this like, oh yeah, it's simple. But when you actually go to like put them in and connect the dots, it's tough. I've done this with a lot of clients over the past couple of months and webinars and all this stuff, and I've gotten better at it. But the first one took me literally like days to figure out what goes where. So backstory desire. First off, let's go new opportunity. So my new opportunity that I'm trying to sell people on in this video is sales pages. I'm trying to convince people that sales pages, learning to write a good sales page is the key to making tons of money with copywriting. That was just a big domino statement, is if I can make people believe that sales pages, I'll actually write it out to keep it easy for you, are the key to making a frick ton of money with copywriting. And it's only attainable through, I forgot what I called my thing. It's something.
Masterclass, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to come up with like a goofy name for it. I forgot what I had. Anyways, sales page masterclass. It's like the 3 pillars, or I don't know. I did something. And all the objectives become relevant. And this is basically like watching my video. That's what I'll say. So now, instead of just telling people how to write sales pages, I'm going to do this first, because then they'll actually value what I'm about to give them, because it's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And most people will watch it and still be broke because they just don't value it. So if I can make people believe that a sales page is the key to making a frick ton of money in copywriting, it's only attainable through this, and all our objections concerns become relevant, they give me my money. So that is a big domino. For the false belief vehicle, what do you think the false belief they would have about sales pages?
Why should I care about writing them? Or like,
Yep.
what's the benefit of it?
So basically they aren't valuable enough. And then also probably the too hard would probably be internal. I think it's like sales pages don't work. That's probably the big thing. It's like, okay, yeah, sales pages, you tell me they're cool, but they probably don't work. Like they don't actually make money. See how this is so important now? The problem is this is killer. When you do sales, it's one-to-one. So I can sit here and say, hey, Jason, like you know, why are you doing copy lead? What is why have you not made money with copywriting? And you tell me your problem. Now all I have to do is show you that one problem, and you're gonna be like, all right, yeah, let's do it. Like, oh, outreach is my problem. But when you're selling one to many, you cannot ask them their problems. You don't know. If I make a video, I don't know who has what false belief. I can't like bring it out of you then target it. So what we do is we find the biggest false beliefs in these 3 sections and knock them all down. And that's going to get the most amount of people in our audience to be like, yeah, I'm in. That's the whole idea behind these big 3. And these go like, I use these in everything, bullets, all of it. So false belief internal, this would be like, too hard, I can't write a sales page. Right? What about external? What might be an external factor? Thinking about someone who is, you know, in my audience, which you guys are. So you think about yourself.
Maybe how do I tell if it's decent? Maybe.
Okay. False belief. Yeah, I'm trying to think. The external is usually the hardest one.
No one
What
would be
else?
interested in this.
Yeah, that was the one I
Yeah.
had too.
No one wants
No one
it.
needs sales pages. Yep.
Yeah, no one needs them.
I agree. I think that's the biggest one. That's what I wrote down. No one needs sales pages. So you can already see now, like by going through this, you already have so much freaking clarity about what you need to do with your copy. You need to know, hey, I need to prove to them that they're valuable and that they work. I need to show them that anyone can do it. Then I need to make sure that they understand that everyone needs sales pages, and maybe even give them a way to find people to get sales pages. Changes everything. So let me actually show you, let's see, one of my slides from my stuff. YouTube. Yeah, here's literally, I mean, most of y'all, probably all y'all have seen this. Guess what? I could show you through the whole thing. I won't do that. You can watch the video back. But it's literally this exact blueprint. I mean, literally the whole exact thing. But I'll show you to, where are they? There are so many slides, bro. This took forever. Secret number 1, the hyperlearning cycle. High value outreach and copy hacking. These are those 3. How to get really freaking good at copywriting in 28 days. The secret outreach method I used to hit, it came out in 4 or 6 days. How to write killer piece of copy. Actually, I don't even know, these aren't those 3, I don't think. But I use it to kind of figure out like, what are the 3 biggest things in this video I need to convince someone of copywriting? And boom, that's how I did it. Hold on. I want to show you guys like a really concrete example, and I know I have one. It's the first VSL I did. That's what I think it is. Let's see. That's so many murals. My goodness. Anyways, I'll find it another day and send it to you. It won't take too long. So first things first, the backstory desire. And so this is like where you want to match where your customers are at. So for me, it's like, I wanted to make money with copywriting. That's pretty much the backstory desire. Like I want to hit 10K months with copywriting. That's where everybody's at. Old vehicles. What would be the old vehicle if our new opportunity is a sales page?
You doing with anything with email right now?
Yup, that's it. Emails,
Emails.
like short form, really emails. Like that one's so big. And that's exactly where I start throwing rocks to enemies. All these other programs just teaching email. Tyson 40, oh, he just sells me email. I'm like, I tried it, didn't work.
Yeah, cold emails.
Yeah, everything. Emails, emails, emails.
If it doesn't
Then-
work, they'll just tell you to do like 200 a day.
Oh,
do
it doesn't
more.
work? It doesn't
Yeah,
work?
just-
It's because you're not
doesn't
doing
work, do
enough.
more.
If you did 10,000 when you get a client, it's like, yeah, bro, I mean, you're probably right, but like 10,000? Come on. Who's doing that? All right, so here, the call is like, basically, and this is where like it gets confusing because the call is like, you're called to get out of the backstory desire. So technically, this would be going to a more cold audience if you're using this. And the backstory desire would be, I want to make money. The old vehicle would be trying a bunch of random stuff. I found copywriting. And then the call was like the call was like, I found copywriting. Villain was the people telling me emails. What if was like, what if this doesn't work? What if I fail? What if I go broke with copywriting? And then a guide shows me sales pages. But I'm shifting a little bit because I'm targeting a more aware audience. It's getting a little complicated, but I just want to make sure y'all understand kind of what I'm saying here. So like, really, I'm skipping the call and villain here. And the villain, it just goes straight to like all these courses, other YouTubers who are telling me to do email. It's like, what if this doesn't work? No one wants my email. And like low value copy is kind of the villain here as well. And so the what if is like, what if I go broke? What if copywriting doesn't work? Doesn't work. What if I don't get a client?
And my husband asked me all those questions when he heard I was signing up.
There you go.
Like, what if,
That's
what
it.
if?
That's the what ifs. And my favorite quote kind of with that, whenever I have those questions in my own head is one, it's like, okay, I know God's in control. And so none of this like really matters eternally. But that, and then also outwork your self-doubt. It's my favorite quote. It's like, outwork your self-doubt. Like, all right, yeah, I had these doubts, but like, I got to work harder. That's the same thing I had with you guys. Before anybody had like landed their first client, I was like, frick, what if this doesn't work? Like, what if I'm just a fake guru? What if I don't know what I'm talking about? Like, it worked for me. What if I just got lucky? I had all those thoughts, but I was like, all I can do is outwork the self-doubt. Course. Resource. Yeah. So the guide is like who/what shows you the thing. So in this case, the guide would be OG direct response, copywriting books. I used that in my video, right? I said, I stopped looking to these courses and these new age mentors. And I looked at these people who were alive 200 years ago. Like those were like the guide. That was the guide for me. It's like, who showed me this new opportunity, this epiphany? But in this case, for this video, it's going to be like seeing film booth video showing sales pages for creators. So in this instance, the guide was I watched a video of a YouTuber showing other YouTubers how to make money, and he taught them how to do a simple sales page, and they were making thousands of dollars. We got Aiden in the cut. So like that's when I make that epiphany. You can see it sets it up perfectly. So the epiphany is the best way to make money copywriting is by learning how to write fire sales pages. All of this is set up to prove this one big epiphany. This is kind of like pretty much the big domino statement is proven right here. And then the opportunity is sales pages. Now, the strategy, this is where if you're selling, you only want to teach the what, not the how. So this is where you develop the what, the framework. So for instance, mine was, let's see, I found what it was called. Studied everything about sales pages to create killer sales page frame or formula. That's what it's called. I mean, don't y'all want to buy this right now? The killer sales page formula? I don't know about y'all. I made it. I still want to buy it. It's not even for sale. I want to buy it. So here's the results is when you say, so like, here's what I did. I studied every sales page and I created the killer sales page formula where I do this, this, and this. You don't tell them like how to do it. You just tell them what. So I found the fundamentals of a sales page. I figured out that there's these 10 things that every sales page must have. Then I figured out there's a system to like set up your sales page. That gets people ready, bro. And the results, printed money, right? I made like 20K a month myself. Others results, like 6-figure months for my clients. Boom. Achievement. This is something too that's important. The backstory desire, there's really 2 heroes' journey. I don't know if y'all studied this or not, but there's 2. The first one is like the main desire, like I just want to make money. The second one is like a deeper why. So in my video, it was I want to prove to myself and my family that I can make money online. That hits
I'm not
so much
crazy.
harder.
Like,
Exactly.
I'm not crazy. I remember that.
Yeah, so y'all are like literally getting behind the scenes look of like, this is how KJ brainwashed me. Which is cool because you're living proof, like you're proof to yourself that wow, this stuff really works. But like I said, this stuff right here, I want to warn you is powerful. Like it's very powerful. And you've seen people like Andrew Tate, people like that, take this exact framework and run with it, run wild. And so like you can use it for, I'm not saying his stuff is all bad. I like some of his stuff. And I think he has done some good, but it can be used for good or evil. And so like it works best when what you're saying and what you're selling them genuinely changes lives. This all goes back to the principle I talked about a long time ago. We are salesmen at scale. So would you rather be selling used Fords or Lamborghinis? That's why we target dream clients. It's like, if you want to really make money in this game, you have to get in with, you have to be a salesman for a Lamborghini dealership. Like the amount of people that want to come do the sales calls for my stuff is insane because they know that my product is like crazy. And in the future, it could go nuts. And like the results are there. Something during break work. All right, see, but yeah, that's where like, little warning. Like use this stuff, but that's why we want to work for clients who actually like their stuff and they have great products. So the achievement is what I was talking about a second ago. This is like the deeper why. So my achievement for this one was I was able to become a full-time YouTuber. And the deeper section was like, I'm now able to influence. This is why I did all of this. This is why I learned copywriting, is I wanted to influence people. And I was creating videos that were getting like 100 views. Learned copywriting, now they're getting 4,000 in 2 days. And like some of you guys, Jason, contemplating quitting his job after a month of being here. Like that's insane, bro. That's like you were.
I am quitting. I just have a meeting.
Let's go! He's quitting live.
Yeah, I'm out of there, bro.
That's epic. That's so sick. That's so sick. Yeah, fat W for sure. And that's like, that's the deeper why. And that, yeah, huge W. That's the cool part about this, is when you learn copywriting, when you learn how to influence, when you learn how to get people to actually take action on your value, you learn how to change lives. That's why I learned it to start with. I had to change my own life first. Like, first, let's change this dude's life. Let's make some money first. Then let's figure out how to like help everybody else. And that's the transformation. Is like, how did you transform in the process? It's like, I'm now able to influence. I guess that would be what that one is. Yeah. Oh crap. Now able to influence. So here it is. Here's this is literally my video, and you'll see it. I mean, go live. I don't know, whatever I do it this week, or whatever. Before I talk about the sales page stuff. And so this is story selling. And I'll go through like a full example for a client in a second. But any questions on this? Now I will warn you, like I said, this is stuff it sounds so easy when you like walk through it like this. When you go to do it for a client, it gets confusing. It takes a lot of time to kind of walk walk through that. But I will say, you always have this inside of my library template. You guys have. I'm gonna make this library a lot more like known. I feel like I forget to tell you guys about it, but you have my entire library of like, let's see, all of my notes for 45 books, all of it. And this is in Expert Secrets #2. I'm in a whole second round of notes because I read this book probably once a month, and all this is in there with a whole example from his book of like, when you go to do this for a client, you can literally go through this and just use it to help you. Because I use that a lot when I was trying to figure everything out.
Yo, KJ, I had a question.
What you got?
So when we're for sales pages specifically, when we're going through this I had a kind of like two questions. Number one, I was wondering because I saw the copy review you did for Matthew, and it was like
Mhm.
kind of a lower ticket item, and you were kind of saying like you should kind of just kind of jump into the bullets more because it is a lower ticket item, and that's something I discussed with my client as well. Like,
Mhm.
you know, I could write like this big thing, but we thought it was best to kind of like appeal to more of like the TikTok brains, if you will.
Yeah.
Do just short, concise, visual kind of bullets. It's very short sections. It's not really much like copy. It's just bullets and headlines and stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is like, where do you find that balance? Like, if you look like at the Sell Like Crazy book sales page, it's like 70
Yeah.
pages, like 20 sections. Like, how do you find that good balance of like how many sections and how long and how much like copy to write?
And it's really tough because it's so dependent on all those principles I teach you guys. Like, it also comes back to awareness. How aware are they? How bad do they need this thing? Like, if your lead magnet solves a direct problem that you've already talked about in a video and sold them on, like, you just need to give it to them. But if they're coming from like Instagram, they don't really know about your offer, like all of it kind of changes. So you guys gotta, it sounds so simple, but this is the key to making millions. Like, you gotta put yourself into a prospective buyer or downloader's shoes when they're going through your funnel, and like be able to think and feel like they are, and it'd be like, what works best here? And this is tough. I literally just read, like, I'm constantly trying to learn this. Like, if you look at my channel, I just did this. So instead of going through, let's see.